Do you remember Pennywise's most shocking deaths? I bet not. In the next few minutes, we will revisit the most terrifying scenes of this demonic clown, moments hidden in the movies and book by Stephen King, which are so disturbing that many fans simply block them from memory. From the mysterious disappearance of children in Derry to brutal attacks never shown on the screens, get ready to know the scariest Pennywise murders you probably forgot, or preferred to forget. Stay until the end, because the last revelation will forever change the way you see this cosmic monster. Pennywise is not just a scary clown. He is an ancestral entity, and being of the Macroverse who feeds not only on flesh but of human fear. This is why your deaths are so brutal. It is not enough to kill, you need to taste every second of terror before the final blow. And some of these deaths are so horrible that they are marked not only in the universe of IT, but also in the minds of bravest readers. Let's start with one of the most disturbing moments, Adrian Mellon's death. This scene appears briefly in Chapter 2, but in the books she is even more detailed. Adrian, a young man attacked by a homophobic group, is thrown from a bridge in Derry. Wounded, he still finds the strength to try to survive, but is received by Pennywise, who devours him before his boyfriend's eyes. This moment is not just a murder. It is the demonstration of how Pennywise takes advantage of moral failures and human violence to strengthen. Another forgotten moment is the attack on Patrick Hockstetter, one of the book's most cruel bullies. Patrick was already disturbing, known for his cruelty against animals and younger children. But when he finds Pennywise in the form of grotesque creatures within an abandoned refrigerator, the result is one of the most deserved and most terrifying endings. The monster slowly devours Patrick, and his death serves as a dark warning. Not even the cruel escape from a worse destination in the hands of the dancer clown. And who can forget Betty Ripsom's tragic destination? This death does not appear in the movies, but in the book his absence echoes as a dark mystery. Betty disappears without traces, and the most terrifying thing is that Pennywise never appears directly to her. His death is suggested in small clues, fragments that increase the fear of the reader. This subtlety shows Pennywise's cruelty. Sometimes terror is not in the act, but in the silence he leaves behind. Another brutal moment is the death of Georgie Denbrough, Bill's younger brother. Although this scene is iconic and much remembered, what many forget is the real brutality described by Stephen King. Pennywise not only pulls George's arm, he watches him suffer, bleed and die slowly, turning the murder into a macabre show. This moment marks not only the story but also the beginning of true terror in Derry. But Pennywise's attacks are not limited to children. In the book, there are reports of collective tragedies linked to the clown. An example is the fire in the Black Spot, a club frequented by black soldiers. Pennywise manipulates the circumstances, feeding the racial hatred of the time, and turns the place into a hell with flames and shouts. Although this moment is rarely remembered, it is one of the most impactful because it shows Pennywise as something beyond a physical monster, a catalyst of human evil. Another chilling death is that of Eddie Corcoran, a boy who suffers abuse at home and decides to escape. Unfortunately, your path intersects with Pennywise in the shape of a hybrid creature between a leper and an aquatic freak. Eddie is attacked near a channel, and her brutal death serves as a reminder that Pennywise always chooses the most vulnerable victims. And then we arrived at the Deadlights scene, perhaps the most disturbing of all. Although not a conventional death, when Beverly Marsh sees the Deadlights, she is on the brink of insanity. Pennywise holds her in a kind of deadly trance, and if it weren't for her friends, she would have been devoured by the pure essence of evil. This moment is scary because it shows that physical death is not the worst thing Pennywise can cause. It can destroy the mind and soul even before the body. Finally, we need to remember the 27-year cycle. Each Pennywise reappearance is marked by a wave of disappearances and mysterious deaths in Derry. Many of these victims are never mentioned directly, only suggested in newspaper clippings and fragmented testimonials. This detail is perhaps the most terrifying of all. We don't know exactly how many Pennywise lives took, but we know your hunger never ends. So which of these deaths had you forgotten? Which one made you more goosebumps? Pennywise is more than a circus monster. It is a reminder that fear can be a powerful weapon, capable of destroying not only lives, but entire communities. These were Pennywise's most terrifying murders you probably forgot, and reveal how dark and relentless this being really is. If you liked this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave your comment on which of these deaths shocked you the most, and share with your friends to spread the terror. Because fear, when divided, becomes even stronger.